Greetings, Nick Bowcott here, welcome. And in this Sweetwater video we're going to be looking at something that in my humble opinion has been criminally overlooked for decades. What I'm talking about is the Marshall fully programmable MG foot controller. Before we look at the pedal, I should quickly tell you what I'm playing through. I'm obviously playing through the MG, but the guitar is a Hellraiser C1 from Schecter, and I literally just pulled this off the wall at the Sweetwater store this morning. It was in tune, set up, ready to roll thanks to Guitar Gallery, and that's one thing I love about this. If I want to try out a guitar, I just pull it off the wall and it's ready to rock. And it's loaded with EMGs, I should point that out too. For the entire intro, even though this guitar is very versatile, because it has two pickups obviously, and there's a push-pull on each one that allows you to go to a single coil setting on either the bridge or the rhythm pickup. I just left it on the bridge in humbucking because I wanted you to hear how flexible the pedal was with the amp without messing with anything on the guitar. So, on the floor, I've got an ISP decimator to hide the noise, and in the effects loop, I have an MXR compressor that's just on the clean channel because my picking is very, very uneven indeed. And that's it. So guitar, decimator, amp, compressor on the clean, and everything else is being done via the amp and via the fine Stompware foot switch. That said, let's look at the foot switch. Okay, so thanks to the magic of digital editing, I've lost the guitar and I'm now holding the programmable MG foot controller from Marshall. Now before we get into how cool this is with regards to 7 LEDs which show you exactly what's going on, so when you're on stage you don't have to turn back to see what channel you're on, you can see on here, you can see if the effects loop's open or closed, you can see if you've got the effects switched on, you can see the tap tempo, all that good stuff. Let me show you this. The cable detaches, it's not hardwired. Why is that cool? Well, if your drummer drops a cymbal on this inadvertently and breaks it just before a gig, if this were hardwired, you'd be out of commission. Your foot pedal would not work. But all you need is another replaceable cable. But you say, where's my replaceable cable? Let me explain the other cool thing. This is a regular guitar cable, folks. That means that as long as you've got a spare guitar cable, you're still in the running. The other cool thing about having a detachable cable, especially one that's universal, is this. The manufacturer can't tell you how big or small the stage you can play on is. So if this were hardwired and it were only 15 foot long and you're playing a stage that's 25 foot deep, when it comes to your glory moment, when you switch to your solo, you're going to turn your back on the audience and go back 10 feet to switch to your lead sound. That's not cool. With this, as long as you've got a guitar cable that's long enough, you can be at the front of the stage and become the guitar hero that you truly are. So that's a pretty cool feature. So detachable and a regular guitar cable. When I plug it back in, as you can see, it's powered by the amp. What I did also when I switched from guitar to the pedal is I reset the amp to the factory settings. So right now, this is how the pedal works when you first plug it in when you buy it new. This foot switch here, number 1, merely switches the clean channel from clean to crunch mode. So green is clean, red for danger is crunch. This button here does the same on the overdrive channel. Green is OD1, red is OD2, and as you can see it's changing here, and if you look carefully behind me on the amp you'll see that too. Button number 3 is programmed to do the tap tempo, so if I do it slowly you'll see the tap slow down on the LED on both the foot pedal and the amp. And if I do it really fast, this will start blinking like a maniac. And the last button here on the factory program as it comes, this calls up the built-in tuner. It silences the amp. If you look behind me, you'll see that these two lights, instead of being green or red, are both orange. That tells you you're muted and you're in tuner mode. And then what happens here is the LEDs go left or right, and it will tell you in the little window what note you're playing, just like a regular guitar tuner. So that's cool. So you can stand on stage, you don't have to go back to your tuner. It's right in front of you. As soon as you hit the button, the amp's muted, you can tune up. And then as soon as you hit another button, or that button again, it takes you back to wherever you are. So pretty cool, huh? Now, there are two ways you can use this foot pedal: switch store or preset store. Switch store means that I can assign any of these buttons to any switch on the front panel. And right now, this is assigned to the clean channel mode switch. This is assigned to the overdrive channel mode switch. This is tap tempo. This is tuning. But I can set this for the effects loop or whatever. So let me quickly show you how simple it is to do a switch store. Right now, this is tap tempo. I'm going to change it to effects loop on and off. Here we go. This is how you do it. So here is how I change button number 3 from tap tempo to the external effects or effects loop on and off. All I do is find the button I want to be to this, and this is the external effects or effects loop button. I hold it down on the amp, and then I hold this button until the little light in the LED window goes a little dance pattern, and once it's done that, the change is made, and this now is always switching the external effects loop off and on. Got me? So right now this pedal is set up so all 4 buttons are switching switches, switch store. But what do I do if I want to go presets? Do I have to do all 4 as presets? No, I can mix and match. So I can have these 2 be presets, these 2 be switches. I can have all of these 3 be presets, this be the tuner or the tap tempo, whatever, or all 4 can be presets. Got me? You can mix and match. You can control the switch or call up a preset. We'll get into preset mode in a minute. With regards preset mode, this is the coolest thing, by the way. There are 4 channels and 4 buttons, but if I want, this can be clean, crunch, overdrive 1 and overdrive 2. But if I don't want 1 in each channel, say I want 3 cleans, I can do that. I can set up a clean on this channel and a completely different clean on this channel, another clean on this channel, and then the tuner or whatever on this channel. In the case of me, it might be 1 clean or a tuner and everything on OD2. So I can do whatever I want. I can switch store and preset combined, or I can have 4 presets and they can be whatever I want. Now, what it does is when you do a preset, it remembers every single setting on the amplifier apart from the master volume. So it will remember gain, bass, middle, treble, reverb setting, effects setting, delay setting, the tap tempo, if the effects loop is on and off, and if damping is off and on as well. Got me? So every button and every control is remembered for time eternity until you reprogram it. Got me? So to show you how easy it is, let's do a quick preset. And as I'm doing the preset, let's do a clean one just to baffle people. Let's go. Okay, once again, thanks to digital trickery, now the foot pedal has miraculously appeared on top of the amp, so you can see what's happening on the foot switch and on the amp itself as we do some changes. Right now, it's on the OD2 factory preset that comes with the amp when you first switch it on. Let's change the clean, shall we? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to this button here, and there you can see green and green. The foot switch has followed what I've done on the amp. Now I'm going to start changing stuff. So right now, it's on the preset for the factory, the clean. So this is a preset for the factory clean. That's okay, I want to change it though. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to switch off the effects. I'm going to switch off the reverb. The effects loop is off as well, and damping is off. And as you can see, this has started to flash now. The little window LED thing is starting to flash. The reason being is I've changed the preset, and that's telling me you've changed something. So if I want to keep what was there originally, I have to move away from it without saving it. Makes sense? But right now it's saying you've changed something. What do you want to do? Continue or move away? I want to continue. So now all the effects and reverb are off. I'm just going to dial in what I think would be a decent tone. So let's see. That's okay, let's add some reverb. So I'm going to switch reverb on. As you can see, the light comes on there now. And I've got spring or studio. I'm going to go spring, and let's see now. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm going to switch effects on, and I'm just going to dial in a little bit of chorus, and let's see how it sounds. That's kind of cool. Let's add a little bit of echo. And I want the tap reduced a bit, so let's see what that does. A little bit subtle, so let's make it a little less subtle. Ooh, if that's too much, let's back it off. And now, I've already got the MXR compressor in the effects loop, and because my playing is klutzy, I'm going to switch that on as well, so that's engaged. Much smoother, I like it. So having done that, how do I save it? Well, this is where it gets really clever. It's flashing, it's telling me either go away or save, and right now I can save it to any one of the 4 foot switches, 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm going to save this to foot switch number 1, because I like to go from left to right, clean to dirty. So how do you do it? You simply hold down the store button on the amplifier, and while you're holding that down, I hold this button down until that little LED thing does a dance again. Let's watch. Ready? Hold store, press 1, dance, hey presto. Now every time I go back to 1, all those settings, that sound will remain. Hopefully after you've watched this video, you'll be with me on the fact that this is a really, really cool pedal. So if you want to know more about this fine MG foot controller by Marshall that's fully programmable, go to the Sweetwater site, or better still, call your sales engineer, and he or she will be only too happy to guide you through the wonders of this stompware device, because it's really, really smart. Have fun. See ya.